Hey guys, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks, and this time I'm playing in the Panzer IIIe, which is a tier 3 tank. Don't worry, the apocalypse isn't here, pigs aren't flying and the sky isn't falling. I am playing in a tank that is relatively low tier, as I did it during my Tech Tree Showcase on Sunday. And a massive thank you to everyone who keeps tuning into those and making it the most popular World of Tanks content irrelevant to the language on Twitch TV. It's my absolute pleasure. I have a great time and you guys just make it absolutely awesome. So, the Panzer IIIe is not really the focus of this video. I want to talk through something that I get asked quite a lot, and that is, well, QB, did you used to be really bad at the game? And yeah, as we're seeing in the statistics here, yes, I did. Look at these amazing tier 3 statistics. 47 games played, 38% wins. I think even a bot could probably do better than that sometimes out of 47 games. I used to hit 42% of my shots. The maximum amount of tanks that I killed in a single battle out of 47 games was 2. And out of 47 games, apparently I killed a whopping 5 tanks, guys. So if you take out the game where I killed 2 people, that means I got 3 kills in 46 games. I don't even know how that happened, but back then I used to play without a premium account. My average experience was 116. My maximum experience that I got in any of those 47 games was 665. It's just absolutely crazy looking back on it, on how much of a potato I was. There were so many things that were so confusing about the game back in 2011. I thought the higher numbers on the accuracy were better, so I took all the derp guns on the tanks, and I didn't realize how the penetration and the alpha damage values matched up. And so I thought all the derp guns were the best because they had the biggest accuracy numbers and the highest high explosive numbers, right? Doesn't look like it worked out quite well for me. But my key point is that everybody starts this game out as a noob, and hopefully that should be reassuring for a lot of people that I used to be an absolute raging potato before I kind of started to figure out a few more of the intricate details of the game. Now, the kind of matchmaking I'm in here is certainly not great for the Panzer IIIe, and we can already see that I am firing some APCR ammunition in this game. That's something that you couldn't have done back in the day. Back in the day, if you wanted to fire premium rounds, which I used to never do, you would have to fire gold. No credits were available for the premium rounds. Now, however, when you get into a matchup like this, where... Am I the only tier 3 tank? Yes, there's one tier 3 tank on the enemy team and it's a Panzer 1C. And all the rest of the vehicles are tier 5s with about a third of them tier 4s as well. So those APCR rounds do help when you do get into your sneaky matchups like this. You're probably going to lose a few credits in a game like this, but hopefully you can make up for them when you're playing against those tier 2 tanks and those tier 3 tanks. So now I'm going to be firing high explosive rounds at the top of this Marder 38. Oh, 95 damage there. That's a great result. However, that one does 0 to his tracks. Will our next one hit? Another 0 damage shot. Did that hit his gun? Oh, there we go. 98. I probably would have done better to fire armor-piercing rounds there. But we take down the enemy. Job done. 482 damage, and our artillery, oh dear. Looks like he didn't quite see the edge of the map, and he has gone into the drink. But luckily, that means that hopefully we're going to be able to take on this PZ-1C. Okay, I'm glad I was in my sniper mode there, otherwise we might have been blinded by that ammo rack explosion. Those things are so rare. I think I've only seen that a couple of times in my videos all over these years. Oh, what a crazy kind of RNG that was there for the PZ-1C to go up with a very violent ammo rack. So right now, I'm running away from a KV-1S. I've got 175 hit points left. When you're at low tier, you're certainly not going to be able to take too many hits from tier 5 tanks. So what I want to do right now is just to try and spot this KV-1S as he makes his way in. I'm trying to slip and slide up the slope. Again, something that you couldn't have done back in 2011. 2011, you couldn't go over edges, let alone try and go up slopes to try and gain favorable positions over your opponents. So far, you know what, this has been a great game for the Panzer IIIe. I've done 482 damage. That is... Oh, how much damage did I used to do on average? I've got it written down here. Oh, my average damage is about 50. I can't see the exact number. So I've done 10 times the damage that I used to do back in 2011 when I was playing this tier 3 tank for the first time, and this was my first tier 3 vehicle. So right now I'm going after this Churchill 1, a tier 5 British heavy tank. I'm going to see if we can get behind him and put a few rounds into the back of his vehicle. There's one in. Oh, the second one bounces off his butt. I think there's some spaced armor over the back of the Churchill that one fellow told me about during the live stream, so I'm not too knowledgeable about the intricate details of the low tier heavies like that, something that I probably should be. But nevertheless, the Churchill is taken care of, and I want to avoid the KV-1S that's making his way from the south. And actually, maybe I don't. Maybe I'm going to use this bush to see if I can get some vision on him. I guess, yeah, oh, I remember now. So I was thinking, let's go after the KV-1S, because otherwise he's just going to clean up my friends. And what's the point in going towards the north and fighting it out with the Matilda Black Prince, an M7 Priest, and possibly the Death Toaster that is the Panzer 4C, when I have to kill this KV-1S, otherwise the game's already over. So he kills the A20, and I'm going at a tier 5 heavy tank with 660 hit points. But luckily, you know, at low tiers, people don't really realize what is directly behind them. We put 1 into him, 2 into him, and he's already starting to get a little bit alarmed. And it's a blooming good thing that I am firing these APCR rounds here, because otherwise I probably wouldn't be able to penetrate him with the standard armor piercing rounds on this tank. Okay, and now we are just dancing. This is something that 2011 QuickyBaby could only dream of, guys. The knowledge of where he's going to be able to turn his turret. Being able to squeeze in shots there while looping around him in close quarters combat and taking out the entirety of a tier 5 heavy tank in a tier 3 vehicle like this. Well, what can I say? 660 damage dealt to him there with the 10 penetrating shots to his tank. That is some serious experience, and we are already up to, did I say I had 50 average damage? Okay, oh my god, I have done 24 games worth of damage. 2017 QB has done, oh my word, 24 games worth of 2011 damage so far. Okay, this is turning into a bit of a cracker, but it's not over yet. I'm going to have to sneak up on this Matilda Black Prince. I'm a bit worried that I got proxy spotted here. I don't have 6th sense in this vehicle. Put 1 into him. We put 2 into him. We've got to take our chances. Maybe we can kill him here. 3rd one in. Will we finish him off? Oh, he ammo racked us. And we get a ricochet. How absolutely unbelievably awkward. My micro wasn't quite hot enough there. I didn't think it was going to take so long to put in the final shell. And I really didn't think it was going to bounce. Now we find ourselves in a 1 versus 4 situation against 2 tanks that are 2 tiers higher than us, and 1 self-propelled gun of equal tier and 1 self-propelled gun of higher tier. And I'm down to 80 hit points. And that means that pretty much everything on the enemy team is going to kill me in a single shot. Well, maybe I can take 1 more from the Matilda Black Prince. Possibly I can take a splash also from the artillery. The artillery, talking about artillery splashes, narrowly misses me. And I try and slip my way up the slope, but I can't quite find the way up the ramp there. So now hopefully we're going to be able to find this way. And right now I just want to take them out one by one by one. The Matilda Black Prince isn't really a concern in the cap circle. Oh, come on, please, hit, hit, hit. Oh, there's a PZSFL on my left. That means that I can't stop. And right now, I just had to cross my fingers and hope for the best. I have to charge down the artillery. I have to try and take them out one by one by one. And I have to hope that my speed in this tank is going to stop the PZSFL from being able to take me on. So next, we're going to charge down the Tier 5 German tank destroyer. And this vehicle is actually very quick. Look at us going along at 60 kilometers an hour. That's going to be tricky for the Death Toaster to be able to get us here. 1 in. He misses us. Come on, baby. Oh, no. Come on. Put it in. Put it. Yeah, there we go. A Tier 5 German tank destroyer taken out. 1-on-1 there. Well, actually, it's more of a kind of like a 3 versus 1 situation right now with the 2 self-propelled guns assisting him. And we're on 4 kills, 1,749 damage. Oh my lord, what are we up to now? Is that like 35 games? 35 games worth of damage. We're getting close to nearly equaling the total amount of damage that 2011 QB was able to do in the 47 games that he played. This priest manages to try and progress. I know where I get hit from the Matilda Black Prince using all the tools at my disposal now. We knew exactly the direction that the Matilda Black Prince shot me from. Of course, there were still indicators back in the day, but they didn't tell you the tank and the damage that you took, just an indicator of the direction of the fire. And it was very much less of a perfect science. So, did I say that I got 5 kills in my first 47 games as well? Well, I've doubled it. There we go. My 48th game, I've equaled what I was able to achieve in my first 47. Absolutely crazy. So right now, it's unfortunately that Matilda Black Prince knocked out my gunner. And now I have to look at this pineapple in the middle of my screen. This is going to be rather tricky indeed. Luckily, as this is an encounter, I have enough time The Shtug 3G on my team is going question mark, question mark. He obviously doesn't understand what I am doing here. This is something that I probably wouldn't have been able to figure out back in the day. That obviously the Matilda Black Prince is going to be pointing his gun towards the north, and so why not use the mobility of my tank to try and sneak around and try and get up behind him? Well, that's what's going to happen in the ideal world. I certainly wasn't going to play for a draw in this game. I wasn't looking to try and interrupt the Matilda Black Prince. We are going in for the kill, and we're just going to have to cross our fingers and hope that our accuracy holds up even with a dead gunner in this tier 3 German light tank. And boy, this thing's fast. It's got a pretty okay 5cm gun as well. Certainly not the highest penetration. But now with 35 seconds left on the game, we are going all in, ladies and gentlemen. I want to try and use this ridgeline and the 10 degrees of gun depression to get a shot into the Matilda Black Prince. He's turning his turret. First one misses. Will the second one hit? Yes! Right into the back! Can you believe it? We were going to pull back if we missed there, but I was just absolutely thrilled that we don't have to then get into some kind of cat and mouse engagement at the end of the game. We shut him down, winning a 1 versus 4, picking up a top gun, and doing just shy of 2,000 damage. That is 40 games worth of playing World of Tanks back in 2011 for me. You know, this was just such a black and white experience and a trip down memory lane. And hopefully reassuring for all of you out there that everybody starts this game off as a complete and utter noob. So unsurprisingly, this was an ace tanker for the Panzer IIIe. We also get an Orlix medal for taking on 3 or more enemy tanks that are 2 tiers higher than us with a light tank. That certainly is a rare medal in World of Tanks. A Defender medal for defending the cap circle there against the Matilda Black Prince. A high caliber in the worst possible matchmaking, I think, ever for this vehicle. And also a Top Gun for our final kill, which means that we managed to get 1 extra kill in a single game than I was able to achieve in the entirety of my first 47 games playing this tank. And while we did actually lose some credits here, 2,000, even though we are running a premium account these days, something I didn't back in 2011. I'll trade that any day of the week to go toe to toe with so many tanks that are 2 tiers higher than us, and also to quadruple our maximum experience in this vehicle. So if you ever feel like getting better in World of Tanks, or maybe just trying to achieve a certain kind of statistic, maybe a mark of excellence or whatever, is like banging your head against a brick wall, don't give up, guys, because I used to be a bigger noob than anyone. And so hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and let me know in the comments down below what were the biggest mistakes that you made when you were a new player. As I mentioned during the video, for me it was thinking that the bigger accuracy numbers were better and not understanding how all the penetrations and the alpha damage is linked up. And also a massive thank you to everyone who does come along to my Tech Tree showcases on Sunday. You guys have made them the most popular World of Tanks content on Twitch TV, irrelevant of the language that it's in, and for it to be a weekly event is just absolutely awesome. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.